That harness goes there. This is all the extra shit from this side. All right, well, do you want to take that frame off? I'll rip this front end off quick, and then you can have the frame back. So really, as long as it goes through that guy, which that's plenty. The least amount of work to the tank, because I like that tank. But we need to get fuel pump in. Well, no, because we want to go under the bolts.
Right, I'm just trying to get a rough material size so we know what to order, where to put it.
Are we going to try and flow it into this like it's one piece? Then it has to be thicker so it matches up to this.
Well,
you know what I mean? That was kind of my thought. Was
it would be just like it is. Don't push it in. Leave it right there.
Right. So then we want however thick that is.
And then what were you thinking for anchoring it on here?
Just make studs off of it.
So you want no exposed fasteners,
right?
Correct?
Yeah, I think if we make it flat, then it's just radius it out through here, make it all match here, and then, like I said, step it down in. I think it's fucking cool.
Yeah, I got to get a pattern, get it drawn, and then we can start going from there.
Yep.
But
basically what we've done is, we got it the last time we talked, we sent it out to paint, powder coat, chrome, everything like that. So we really went through it. We got it back obviously as a bare frame.
at worst case, we might have to finesse some of this stuff in, but I think this side was good.
Sweet. The frame got painted by Jeremy at Lucky Strike. So did the fenders in the gas tank and some miscellaneous parts and things like that. We did a lot of chrome on the bike, race coatings for powder coats, JD plating for the chrome. There was a mad thrash of getting this thing assembled for Daytona.
All right, so we're back here. It is Monday, February 12th. We leave for Daytona 2 weeks from yesterday. So we got about 12 days to put this thing together. It's all back. We drove down, got the paint from Lucky Strike. So everything looks amazing. It's great. He hit it out of the park as always. So right now it's, get the motor assembled, get the tranny assembled, get the parts in it. We got a long ways to go on this. We got a pile of parts back from Chrome. We still have some parts out at Chrome. We are literally still machining parts right now. So it is going to be down to the wire as it always is with the Daytona project. But, we're gonna hustle on it. You guys are gonna see this in Daytona. And we also have a couple other new bikes that we've got to get ready for Daytona. So it's gonna be all hands on deck for the next little over a week and a half. So stay tuned, we're gonna make some magic. This one literally comes down through here, shoots in through here, and comes out this hole we did. We're gonna take this and get it in here today is the goal. So then when some more stuff shows up tomorrow, we can get the motor in, the tranny in, swing arm on, subframe on, and things like that. So that's where I'm gonna start, is getting that tore down and getting it in the frame.
It's going down. It's going down, 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 down. It's going down.
Looks badass, but it's fucking heavy. Well, it's not as heavy as that.
But if this is clearance here, it'll come back.
Can't come back, it's almost hit. There.
This has just worked that little corner out, which I didn't want to go up too high with it until I knocked that out. Not even the outside, just the inside.
It's fucking cool. Now we just gotta get it fit right. Yeah, it's in here, or is it right through here?
Yeah.
I almost.
This is gonna come in So this,
I would say we need to, are you just gonna hand grind it, you think? Take a little fucking
well,
rasp through
I
it.
can't hang on to it that great. That's the problem now.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if we get, hand finesse it. With this thing, I mean, like I said, this thing came down to the wire to get it to Daytona, right? I mean, we've got, literally after we got the bike back from paint from Jeremy and powder coat, I mean, the bike was getting assembled while Lee was still designing parts, still machining parts. I mean, we were chroming parts a week before we left for Daytona, and we got it done. So a lot of it was, all hands on deck. Lee got the machine was running nonstop while I was assembling nonstop.
I can probably put something here, clamp it. I'll probably take this whole thing out. All of it. Because I got this.
Right, but you want to keep this thickness back here, don't you?
Let's go look at it. Do we need it?
I would almost say, okay, leave that in there. Yeah, you can do something like that.
I should be able to pick up off of that. That's the center of the part.
Right.
So just get it as close as I can. If I'm within an 1/8 inch, we're good.
Yeah. Yep.
As long as I don't burn this edge off.
Right, you leave this edge, because that's,
So I should be able to,
I mean, you could even come.
and just go slow at it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
We've been doing this a long time. 2024 is our 15th year in business, and this is kind of the first, brainchild of what we can do with the new technology we have, with the new things we have here, the new equipment, the new tooling, with having Lee here and things like that. So it's really a test of how can we pull this off.
Holy shit, we got it on the first try. I want to get a tire in there. We gotta figure out some fucking wheel spacers.
Union Speed knocked out the seat for us, which was amazing. It fit the flow exactly how we wanted it to. I'm almost thinking we're gonna want to shave a ton out of here though. It's tall. I love this though. This shape is awesome. I mean, through here, even going up like that, I think we're just gonna want to kind of bucket it a little bit more. A lot easier to take it away than have to put it back on. Oh fuck, perfect. Like where you have the bucket is perfect. Yep. I'd say take fucking probably an inch out of it. That fucking looks good on there.
Grab by this.
we gotta go another 25 thousandths.
Just trying to make the calipers fit with the rotors that we have, with the radials, so we had to machine up the mounts. I'd say that'll work.
That's gonna look cool. Just a fucking ring is gonna be around that wheel when it's spinning. Going down the road.
Yeah.
Almost looks like it has a fucking solid disc in the middle.
Yeah.
It's a reflection.
So now let's machine a set of wheel spacers and call it a day.
Should have to buy some of this shit. Just some bar ends or something.
We need one of each now.
Alright.
So these are the new ones?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll just have them chrome. Because then these gotta come off.
That doesn't.
These gotta come off. swing arm's got to come apart. Well, and I'll do that. I'll get this shit all out right now so it can go in the pile. So we got a brand new swing arm that HHI just came out with. We're going to be the first ones that have it. We're putting it on the chopper build, and they sent us it in raw because we're going to chrome it. So we just broke it apart and marking it off where it can't have chrome and shipping it out to chrome. So hopefully we get it back in a few days and get it in the bike because we are running out of time. So these are going to be pins.
Yep, yeah, so it'll come off.
Okay.
Those are bolted on. And then this will have a bolt.
You don't think you can drill into this and do another one of these down here? But you see what I'm saying? Like, why can't you just...
It's just, you're gonna have to be mindful of depth.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a set. It's
only
just
a quarter
stud.
inch,
Yeah.
so
I would say you just drill a hole, fucking do another one of these
I'll take
down
these
here.
plugs out and I'll mark it. And
Yep. I like that a lot. So right now we are just trying to get everything wired, new harnesses made, new harnesses connected to the main harness of the bike, a different speedo in it. So this is a Road King, so we're adapting the factory harness to accept the new gauge from Coso that they sent us. Right now I am hooking up the fuel pump wiring. Basically we've got to convert the bagger fuel pump harness to the Softail harness. The other day I made all the rough harnesses, and now it is connecting those harnesses to the bike. Hopefully we get our swing arm back from chrome today, and then once that happens we can get the swing arm in, the rear wheel in, the pulley on, the brake in, the brake on, all that kind of stuff. So today should hopefully be a big day. I'm really hoping to get power running through the bike so I can test everything, make sure everything works properly, and keep moving forward. So we got a couple more days, and this has got to get in the trailer and head to Daytona. Okay. Fuel, we got to figure that out. So I should probably get the pump in the tank.
Yeah, they're, for whatever the stock length was, those went.
Quarter-inch off of them. Cut them.
So they need a quarter off.
Need a quarter off. Oh, this is going to be a treat. Okay, we're good. Hey, Lee, maybe leaving my hair longer. Well, it's got to suck that gasket down. Yeah, I should be good. Yeah, I'll be good. Boy, how in the fuck am I gonna do that? That's gonna be fun.
And then it would be a 90, so then you just do that. So you just cut this hose off and put it onto their thing.
The biggest thing on this was, again, we started as a Road King with it, but we eliminated a lot, right? We eliminated the saddlebags, we eliminated the saddlebag rails, we eliminated, you know, the stock side covers. Well, when we did that, this bike actually was not an ABS bike, so we already had that eliminated, but the spot, the location under the seat and everything was still there for all that.
All the wiring is gonna go under here and BCM on top, right?
Yep.
And the really cool thing is if you take the seat off, your battery's under there. We also had to relocate the ECM, the BCM, the fuse panel, the maxi fuse, everything like that was all designed, you know, right here in-house. Everything was machined here. And so if you take that seat off, it looks like it should from the factory, but with everything relocated, a different battery. So instead of everything being under those, you know, wide side covers, we made them side covers flat, and then everything is placed under the seat. The biggest key word to this bike is serviceable. You know, we wanted anybody to be able to work on it. So if we build it or we offer it to somebody and another shop builds it, we wanted to offer the components that make this thing serviceable and rideable and everything like that. So if you want to hop on this and ride it like we did, and like we plan on riding and everything like that, you can still pull this thing into a dealership, into your aftermarket motorcycle shop. They're going to be able to do the 1,000-mile service, 5,000-mile service. Do a belt on it if you want to do a belt. If you need tires, everything on this bike is late model bagger based.
We learned that a bagger doesn't accept a Softail coil. We should have thought that through, but in the heat of the moment, oh cool, yeah, it's a good looking coil, let's run that coil. So we changed the connector, mounted it all up, everything like that, and they have different resistance. So it doesn't really work. So now we are going back to the factory coil, wiring the old plug back in, and then mounting it in the same location. We'll have to come up with some new plug wires. In a couple minutes here, when I make this last connection, it should run again, or run properly now. And then we'll go on to the next thing. Okay, ready? It's wired properly.
I understand.
Green, so that means...
Yeah.
Okay, so let's...
So you can either probably flip the wire.
We're gonna flip the wires right now. I don't want to re-wire.
Oh, yeah.
Fire in the hole. Alive.
Feeling good?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Except now we have to make a coil mount. So now I just gotta swap BCMs, hook up security, mount the new coil. Lee can make a new coil cover mount. Clean everything up, put a Swingarm wheel in, and she'll be done today. Brady fucking was right. He's like, that motherfucker's gonna be done on Thursday.
So the bike's done, guys. We got it done, and we are ecstatic about how it turned out. So we had a little bit of a hiccup. It's now, what is it, April? And we are back. We got back from doing the Secret Friends Throwdown in Winslow, Arizona with all the guys. So it's back, it's done. We rode it. We put a couple 100 miles on that ride from Winslow down into Cave Creek. It ran beautifully. It's a fun bike. It did exactly what we wanted it to do. With that being said, we did have some hurdles, some obstacles and things. We did get it done early. We did get it to Daytona. We got it to the Donnie Smith Bike Show, kind of unveiled it there a little bit. Daytona was kind of a little bit of a letdown. We did have a wiring problem with it.
What a fucking nightmare that was. So we had a problem. We love to take credit if we had the problem. We searched and searched and searched a wiring issue. It turned out that a ground cable that was purchased was improperly made. So we fought it and fought it and fought it and finally found it. And that is what hung us up and why we couldn't use the bike in Daytona or anything like that. So now we are ready to tuck everything back in, put everything that we dissected chasing wiring, and we'll put it all back together. A new battery will be here tomorrow for it, and just in time to run it over the Donnie Smith show.
And when we got to Daytona, when we got to Donnie Smith show, when we got to Arizona, the response was overwhelming. It really was. People are, I think, have that same kind of mind track as we do of, we love baggers, but they don't always have to look like a bagger, right? So, get this out, have fun with it, make it unique, make it stand out, and that positive response really, resonated with us to get these things going. There's a lot of one-off parts on this thing that we made. You know, the strut covers, the side covers. You know, it's got our mini floorboards on it. It's got a false motor mount looking type of deal that hides and conceals all the wiring in it. You know, it's got a new set of our new risers on it. A lot of things like that. Of course, you know, with everything we build, you know, everything is internally wired in the frame. You know, you're not seeing wires hanging out everywhere. You're not seeing cables everywhere. Choppers didn't go out of style because they weren't cool to look at and everything like that. They went out of style because they weren't fun to ride. You were riding a rigid, you were riding a carburetor, you were riding technology that was literally 30, 40 years old of technology. So why can't we build a bike that has that style, that stance, that silhouette, that look of a chopper, but has today's technology? From, you know, a fuel injected Milwaukee 8 motor to radial brakes on the front and back to stainless exhaust to, you know, fly-by-wire to mid controls for ergonomics to amazing suspension, everything that makes these things fun to ride and be on, you know, like a performance bagger is, right? Except stripped down and, you know, back to basics of it. So I really think that, you know, it's going to be a cool thing to watch and see where it goes. We definitely want to thank all the people that were involved outside of the shop with this. You know, we couldn't have done it without great, you know, other companies working with us, supporting what we do, supplying us in a crunch, a lot of overnighting products and things like that. You know, Mark at HHI had a huge helping hand in this, getting us, you know, phenomenal products, you know, from the triple trees, the fork legs, the front brakes, the rear brakes, you know, sending us a prototype of their brand new swing arm. Tyler at Six Pipes knocked out an amazing exhaust system for us. Jordan over at Union Speed did a phenomenal job of the seat. Galfer always comes through, supplies us with amazing rotors. Behringer came through in a crunch with some chrome hand controls for us. The guys over at Race Coatings doing all the powder coating. The guys at the Chrome Shop, you know, Jeremy, of course, always kills it on the paint. You know, him and I have been doing paint work for, you know, probably the better part of 5 years or so now together. You know, a lot of calls with Jeff at NAMS and, you know, back and forth of, you know, how can we do this, how can we do that and whatnot. So it's definitely a group effort. You know, everybody in the shop, you know, Lee, Ashley, Tyler, Grady's been a huge help, everybody on this thing. I mean, it definitely took all of us to get this thing done, and we couldn't have done it without everybody, you know, helping us out. Future plans with this, we are all hands on deck. This is where we're putting our focus, right? We want this thing to stand out, stand the test of time. We want people to go out and enjoy these motorcycles. With the response we've had so far, we do have a couple of these, you know, few guys that wanted them. We are building another one for Sturgis, so stay tuned on that. We'll kind of follow you on that. Is this what the future holds for, you know, custom motorcycles right now? We don't know. We sure as hell hope it does, because we're extremely proud of this motorcycle. The bike is done. We've ridden it. We've beat on it. We're gonna keep riding it, keep beating on it. If you're local to us, we're gonna be at as many bike nights as we can at Big Bore, any other places, you know, local. It's gonna be what I'm riding, testing, and tuning all summer. And then we'll bring it to different events also. You know, we'll be in Sturgis. We'll be at Deadwood for the Deadwood Motorcycle Show, which is coming up in, I think, like 6 weeks. We'll probably bring it to Myrtle Beach also. Come out, check it out, swing a leg over it, see what we've been working on. We're extremely proud of this motorcycle. We hope you guys enjoy it also.